Pohansko, Břeclav, Czechia. This is place which is marked on map as archaeological site or place where archaeologically were excavated many fossils, human fossils, and these are only one marker on the edge of the field, and this field is not big, but at one edge there is so-called scientific related station. There are buildings but no people. This is morning after 9, almost 10 a.m. But on other edge of the field there is castle. In Czech language it's called let's say small castle, zameček. There should be also a location I'm going towards with some, I don't know, memorials. But returning back here, if I'm not mistaken, or if at least my guess is correct, it looks like there were two sites or two places. I see that they mark it with some metal, I don't know, sticks they just put in the field, and I see some stones like rest of, I don't know, small castle or a church or building or something like that, but definitely not originally not metal, but stone. But those metal sticks, I assume it's left by archaeologists. Let's have a look what is written here. It's titled as a scientific road or small road in Břeclav. Naучная, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was about Kostel here. Pohřebiště, it's a graveyard. Kostel, it's a church. There are some, I don't know, I recognize those jewelries, but I don't know whose school it is. Need to read detailed. So what? It was Kostel here, church, and there were found some skeletons. I see 3 or 4. I may recognize those numbers because it's genetically might be assigned the same numbers. Okay, this is some picture. I assume it's about the process of burial. I don't know, I'll read later. So some ancient wood, I don't know, maybe left from that church, Kostel. It looks like second part because in the middle there is no anything like human touched recently, but this is second place, and it looks like also marked with metal sticks. I don't see, okay, I see it, some stones like the base of the church, fundament, I assume. So it's like second part of church. And here, I don't know what was here, but it looks like something was here, or maybe was situated an excavation. I hope I do not break the rules crossing the Kostel or church base. I mean, I'm not so religious, but people may be offended. Anyhow, it looks like two parts of fundament base of church, based on historical information, archaeological information. Here was the costel, the church, and people were buried here, and many of them are currently available or on FTDNA, family tree DNA platform. And genetically speaking, some of those people are genetically related to me, not directly, but okay, this is some remain of, I don't know, water storage, but it looks not stone, it looks modern, at least I recognize such buildings. Back to the topic. Okay, I will have a look from the other side. There's some information. Those excavated people, genetically, males, they have yDNA haplogroup E2 plus. It means they're very similar to me. Okay, let's have a look. What is this? Вельможний дворець, Вельморавський. Dvorec is castle, so it's assumably okay. I will read it later. Do not want to assume, but yes, Great Moravian Mara of Lord, and that is, I assume, the location, this site, because when I crossed that place, I saw the row, or let's say edge, and I assume it's very similar as we see on this picture. It depicts a square, let's say, maybe rectangle, but not circle. This is I would say the key point, and I saw some edges of this location. So now I'm going towards that castle. There should be something else, but assumably this is, at least for me, it's important to acknowledge, to know that this location was excavated. I don't remember when, but don't want to assume, but there is information. And finally, this year, 2023, at least at the beginning of the year, there were no data for Pohansko, the ancient DNA samples in family tree DNA. In other systems, there was information about such DNA samples. I already knew before 2023 about Pohansko DNA samples, but only in 2023 Pohansko DNA samples appeared in the family tree DNA system. Okay, so I'm here at Pohansko near Břeclav in Czechia. These are wooden, I don't know proper name, but wooden sticks representing potentially ancient pagan gods, or maybe something ritual or something like that. It's a bit close to wooden sticks in Karos in Hungary, where are buried other people, also yDNA E2A haplogroup, and I don't know how it's related, but those burials with a bit different age. But anyway, so I don't know what those sticks depicts. It looks like with let's say closed eyes and, I don't know, semi-open mouth, potentially singing. It's one in the middle I assume its main, let's say, god or entity. And 3, 6, 7, 8, if I'm not mistaken, other. And around that, just very angled, or let's say as an arrow, but to the top. So something depicts, but I don't know the history. Considering the name is the site is named as Pohansko, meaning not bad, because Pohane would be Slavic language for bad, but Pohansko meaning pagan location, pagan site, and it is maybe older than that excavated church. I will need to double check. I will read there is some information, but for now what I can see on this field, not far from there is church costal remains. Here it looks like a pagan ritual place. There is also house, small house, but I'm not sure it is very old. Like, was it here, or was it built later? I don't know. But by my judge, how the similar houses done in let's say East Slavic countries or locations or tribes, that might be the old one, but I don't know. It looks old, but I'm not a professional here, so I don't know. What took my attention is that near this let's say ritual, potential religious place and house, there is also something which I think it was also water storage or water source. And also previously when I worked before here, there was also a similar near church, but there was rather new circle from cement done, and I don't know, was it later done or was it done on top of old one. But anyway, this house, this location with those wooden ritual potential religious stakes, means something for someone, meant in past. And here is also just seldom wooden stick. If I'm not mistaken, it's representing representing the something wild, potentially. Okay. It's even with mouse on top. Oh my goodness, how the mouse took your place. Anyway, it's very close to Zameczek here at Pohansko place. I really don't know if anyone would need this video from me. Even myself, maybe in 2 months, 2 years, I will not need. But I decided to enrich video recording. So as you see here, very probable it's religious pagans location site, maybe with house, maybe not, I don't know. But the key point here is that there are wooden, I assume it's gods, but I may be mistaken, representing pagans beliefs. But field where I am, it's huge, relatively small, but on the edge of the field there are also wooden sticks. So I don't know if the field was always the field, and over the edge it's I don't know, trees, but on the edge there are some wooden sticks. I'm looking right now to one, and it's relatively, it's first of all figureless. I mean, there is no human-like faces or or something like that, as it was before. But I assume it's just wooden stick which potentially market the edge of field. First, it's rationally speaking, but second, it might depict something ancient pagan related, because as you see, it's very marked, let's say sun-like or circle-like or network-like, or I don't know. This is basic wooden art, I would say, ancient for sure. And look, third wooden stick also with a circle. It looks ancient, definitely. It looks old. And farther, following the edge, I'm not sure there are right now, and I'm not sure there were those wooden sticks, but I may assume they might have been here, considering that it's old and the weather might, I don't know, be forcibly changing the location of wooden sticks. Many wooden sticks might be just, you know, falling out and disappear, destroy it, or I don't know. But anyway, at least three of let's say edge or border like wooden sticks are still staying here. If we consider that this was a site, let's say in a hrad location, meaning that people were living here at the top, as you have seen on the picture before, and around the locations there were wooden sticks or wooden fence. So it would explain some remaining wooden sticks at the edge of this site. So far I see only those three on the edge. Maybe there are some on other edges, but I crossed a few places down there and I haven't seen it, so I see only here. So maybe wooden sticks on the edge only remains here because it was close to this main pagan ritual / religious location, and maybe here only vertical wooden sticks were put, and as a result they remain right now here. I assume there were more, but you know, time. Here at Pohansko archaeological site, it's near Břeclav. I'm heading towards written information in text. It's obviously modern, but let's have a look what is written here. First, it's about reconstruction of cult, settlement and manufacturing area. Let's read about this settlement. So it was, I'm reading in the Czech language, but so there was really the water source, kolodis in Ukrainian. I don't remember the English word for that, but I mean, it's not so, it looks not so old, but anyway, now in 2023 there is no wooden water source. Forgive me my English, but as I guessed, there might have been similar. And let's have a look. Is it really was before or implemented, let's say, by archaeologists, that house? I will have to read detailed, but first, one located near the church is related to Renaissance of paganism in the hillfort. It is again a cult object consisting of 8 peripheral pits located around the central pit. Great Moravian. Okay, it's definitely seen here that people were building this or install those that house or building, and It looks like reconstructed, I assume. Yes, it's reconstruction. So my previous assumption was that it's old, and it now in 2023 looks old, but time before most probably it just might have been here, but they moved it to the archive. The remaining 17 graves, identically oriented on the northwest and source construction and dwelling. Okay, I will read by myself. A second is about sanctuaries and ceremonies. I recognize those stone-made pagans vertical objects, which, as far as I remember, represent Slavic or Slavonic gods, and one of similar is located in Krakow, Poland. Actually from Ukraine, but it is in Krakow right now. Third, okay, this is ritual or religion structure. So it was I mean, I'm not a professional in this topic, but I know something, some highlights. Svarog, Veles, Perun. Perun and Svarog are known. Veles, yes, but there are some doubts. Svarozhets, Mokosh, yes, I've heard about Mokosh. Культ старому ростлин, культ плодності, культ огня, культ сонця, sun, культ місяця, зима, культ гвязд, культ мертвих. So it's system, let's say, of paganic beliefs. A lot of information over the internet about this, so all can read more. And last one, it's face to face with our ancestors. This is the name here written, but what is this? It's about a unique exhibition in Brno in 2000. The exhibition presented sculpture of facial reconstruction of the old Slavs. The skeletal remains were excavated at Pohansko on the cemetery near the church. Okay, dating from the Great Moravian period. It is possible that reconstructed individuals could be direct ancestors of makers of the reconstructed sanctuary. They could live in the time of Prince Rastislav, Metod, and Kirill. The importance of the reconstructions is not only scholarly, cultural, and historical research, but also highly pertinent for the general public. It provides an opportunity to learn about history. The reconstruction was made. Academy, anthropology. Okay, so I don't know. There are some resemblance of women. I see at least two women, one girl and older woman, and older man and younger boy. So I see some resemblance in women faces, but I will leave my assumption with me. Let's say. And what is this? I think it's a structure of Slavic people. Staroeuropejci, Armeni, Rekowie, Ilierowie, Talikowie, Kelti, Severni, Tochari, Baltoslovania, и Slovenia at the top. So by the tree, Slavic people seems to be derived from Balto-Slavic and, let's say, Norse people. First of all, Norse people and Balts people into Balto-Slavic. German people looks, I mean, at least by this picture, put aside, not direct, indirect line. Celts and Illyrians also very aside. Kimmeridzi, Sarmati, Skife from Ukraine, Indo-Iranian, very far Фракійці, в Тракові and Хетіти very, very, very far. And here it's about what? It's about Slovyani, but западні meaning west, южні meaning south, виходні meaning east. East split into Russians, Ukrainians, Belarusians. South in Словінці, Сербові, Хорвати, Булгари, Македонці, Чеші, Мораві, Мушисті і Поляки, западні слов'яни. Nice.